Happy Halloween on this fantastic Friday. You're in your rig, you're driving home, you're getting ready to hand out candy, you're getting ready to throw on a costume. Maybe you're already wearing it. You got a big party, wherever the plan is tonight. Halloween on a Friday. Prater says he's going out. He's partying tonight. It's going to be a long night for Prater because this might be the last time you feel you have the goods to be able to celebrate a Friday night Halloween the way it needs to be.
Yeah, the only time I can do it is on a Friday night because I'm not going out on a Sunday through Thursday. Saturdays are for college football in October, so that ain't happening. So what is it? Next 6, 7, 8 years, whatever the next Halloween rolls around on a Friday.
Yeah,
I'll be freaking old, man.
Yeah.
So I'm already old. So
that makes sense.
Oh yeah, let's not wait another 7 years and Friday night. This will be. It's kind of weird. I told the wife this morning, this will be the last Friday night of our lives that we ever get to go out and have some fun on a Halloween.
Oh, on Halloween.
On a Halloween,
yeah.
So, yeah.
It's going to be popping tonight. I know we got the Steelheads game. A lot of people will be there. You can hear that on KTIK. Greg Frank actually took Halloween seriously around here. He dressed up as some type of Rocky Balboa. He's Rocky Balboa.
I mean, some type.
You know,
I dressed up as Rocky Balboa just so the audience can see. I got the sign too. Looking for my Adrian tonight.
He's Rocky Balboa. Yes.
Robe, Rocky shirt. Got the gloves on the side here. So wanted to make sure everybody on our YouTube audience, if our YouTube audience bumps today, if the numbers are good, you're welcome.
Well, keep wearing. Yeah, keep wearing the outfit there, Rocky.
You keep giving people crap all game. What are you wearing tonight?
I don't have a costume, guys. I'm giving.
Well, then you should stop giving everybody else crap.
I didn't think I was giving Greg crap. I just said he's kind of a Rocky guy. Right? I don't know if he was 100% Rocky Balboa, but he is. He looks great. Yeah. I just because you're wearing the Rocky shirt. You know, I didn't know if you were like, I don't know, but I'm being stupid.
I'm doing a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and here's the scary part.
What?
Skinny jeans.
Oh no.
Skinny jeans. I can still fit in them.
God,
I can still fit in them. Cowboy hat, cowboy boots, skinny jeans. That's the scary part.
I was wondering, if CUNA doesn't go so well, if I would bump into you tonight. Now it's like,
no.
Do I want to see that?
No,
I think
you don't.
Okay.
He's going to be like a Metro cowboy or something. Like a cowboy in skinny jeans. So those even exist. Prater will be downtown. Yeah, I'm going to hand out candy. Might throw a little costume or something on and go hang out with some friends a little later. I really don't know. I might just take it easy tonight as well on this Friday. But Prater, the Boise State wide receivers, they lost about 100 catches from last year's production. There's 2 already injured on the availability report. We're not seeing a lot of development. I mean, our pets' heads are falling off here, to steal a line from Dumb and Dumber. Assess this wide receiver room, and we open up the Taco Bell hotline on Halloween, 208-424-9300. Here is your chance. Now get it off your chest. What are you hoping to see with this receiver room, minus Chris Marshall, minus Ben Ford tomorrow against Fresno? Call us and let us know your thoughts on the wide receiver room at Boise State, Mike Prater.
Very concerning, very underwhelming, very underperforming, but it's just not happening this year. It's not all about Maddox Madsen. We're not going to take Maddox Madsen sucks phone calls here because we realize he's part of the issue, but he is not the issue when it comes to the wide receiver room. To me, this all goes all the way back to 2022 after Boise State lost Khalil Shakir. I believe he's the last 1,000-yard receiver they had. And then it's just been kind of a steady dose of Latrell Caples and a cast of thousands coming and going when it comes to the wide receiver room. From last year's team, this Boise State wide receiver room has lost Austin Bolt, Prince Strawn, and Cam Camper. Those are all 3 gone. And not only is Marshall suspended, not only is Ford out for the year this year, Whitlock, who got a target, maybe a catch, just a target last week. When
gross target.
It was a really gross target. They've tried to get him involved a little bit. One of 3 freshmen who we thought would get involved this football season, and they're not. So they're missing 3 wide receivers from last year. They're missing 3 wide receivers from this year. And now you have 3 wide receivers, period. End of conversation that you can go to battle with on Saturday. You got Caples, you got Penry, and you got Bates.
Yep.
That's it. Penry now is your number 3. And after that, the Brown kid has disappeared since he busted his nose. I don't know where the other ones are going. I don't know where else they could go. We're not talking tight ends. We're talking the wide receiver room. And I think it's been an issue that we need to start maybe looking at over the next couple of weeks. Latrell Caples was not a good wide receiver in 2022, but he was your leading wide receiver for Boise State. In 2023, McAllister was decent, 800 yards, and then he was gone.
He left during the season.
He left during the season, and Andy Avalos hooked up with him again in TCU.
Yeah.
So, and then Camper had a decent year last year, 900 yards, but only 4 touchdowns and a very sleepy performance. So it's been a real big struggle. Latrell Caples has never really got any traction. He was supposed to be the star this year.
Yeah.
I don't know where the wide receiver room right now, to me, it's almost non-existent. And when people bitch about Maddox Madsen, 70% of Maddox Madsen's problems to me are the wide receiver rooms. I just don't think it's very good.
Well, okay. The problem that I have with it not being very good is what is going on with the development year over year with these kids, because Caples is a veteran in the program. Penry is a veteran in the program. Ben Ford, obviously, he's the one that maybe you looked at and said, okay, he's getting better. You suffer a tough blow there with him getting hurt. Marshall, it just hasn't happened this year for one reason or another. So now I think the concerning thing is, well, when we look at some of the underclassmen, Bates, Quentin Brown, BJ mentioned Quamante Williams. First off, you don't love having to rely on guys that are so unproven down the stretch here as you're trying to win a conference championship and maybe sneak into the CFP. But secondly, if your upperclassmen aren't developing, why would your underclassmen develop? So I think that it's a developmental problem or it's a talent problem, but that also falls on the coaching staff because they're the ones recruiting these kids. So for one reason or another, they are not able to bring in high-level wide receiver talent. They're not able to develop wide receiver talent. And we can't just blame the quarterback forever, guys. That gets lazy. So there's a little more going on here than that, I think.
Good stuff. Let's get to a call or two. Robert in Boise is on the Taco Bell hotline on Happy Halloween, Robert. Assessment receiver room right now as it sits, Robert.
Oh, I think Prater nailed it. I think we're really short on talent. And sometimes I feel that Nate Potter doesn't call the plays that are really indicative of this team. A little too more long passes, and we don't really go to the short game enough to where the guys that do have talent out there like Marshall and Caples can get the ball in their hands. And then we got so many drops. I've never seen a wide receiver core drop the ball so many dang times. We don't have a 50-50 guy. We don't have anybody you can throw the ball up like McAllister, and he might grab a 50-50 ball somewhere.
Camper too.
Yeah, and Camper. I mean, we just don't have any talent. That's my opinion. We're just down on talent a little bit.
All right. Appreciate the call. There's Robert. He says it's a talent issue. What is the issue for you, Bronco Nation, on the Taco Bell hotline? Let's get to Jeff, who's also holding in Boise. Happy Halloween, Jeff. The receiver room. What are your thoughts?
Happy Halloween, gentlemen. Prater, there's a possibility that those are regular genes and that maybe you've just gotten a little bit thicker through the lower section. You always have to consider it may not actually be skinny jeans, okay?
So true, so true.
Look, I'm not going to do the rip on Maddox Madsen thing, but I do disagree with you, Prater, that it's 70% on the receivers. Here's sometimes the answer is all of the above. First of all, I think it's difficult to attract super talented wide receivers to an offense where they know that the bulk of their responsibility is going to be blocking in the running game. It's not to say that guys aren't willing to do it, but that's not as attractive as, say, another offense where they're going to get 30 to 40 targets, right? So I think that impacts it. The second thing I think impacts it is, the coaches tried to find multiple ways not to say this. You all tried to find multiple ways not to say this earlier, but they can't drop Maddox Madsen back and have him throw from the pocket because he can't see over the offensive line. That's just a fact. So they have to roll him out so he can see the route tree and the receivers, and they can't roll him out right every time. They can't roll him out left every time. It's a problem, guys, and it's limiting to the offense in general. The last thing I'll say is that you can't really put it on the receivers that are new because they're not getting opportunities, right? They're not getting that many targets. They're not getting that many even snaps in the game. So I just think when you take all of it in its entirety, the passing game is not in a good place, and I think it's going to require some retooling, or we have to play to our strengths, which we're also not doing. We're not really throwing out of the backfield as much as I think we could, and then the tight ends, which you all have mentioned today. We're just not getting the ball to the tight ends in places where where they can take advantage of mismatches. So to me, I do think the bulk of it is that we are limited at quarterback for what we can do, but all those other things factor into it.
Appreciate the call. Great stuff as always, Jeff in Boise. Mike Prater. We got a Friday 5 on IST Halloween edition. You know this one's going to be good. All right, Greg, let's put you to the test. KTIK, the ticket.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studio, this is Ticket Traffic.
Family night, date night, or just a night to yell at goalies. It's all fair game with the Idaho Steelheads. Puck drops at Idaho